Hello everybody, welcome to Learn Teach YT channel. Welcome back to the channel. Let's continue from where we left off in our previous class. Today we are going to do some more sums on remainder theorem. So let's move on here. Now I'm going to explain you a topic. That means one of the type in the remainder theorem. That means how we get remainder from that kind of problem. So yeah, let's say there is 2, right? 2 plus 1 by 2. Okay, what we will get? We'll obviously get remainder as 1 because 3 by 2 will obviously get 2 ones are. In that way, we'll get the remainder 1. 1 is left side, so we get remainder 1. So we can write it as x plus 1 by x. This one can also be written as like this, right? So we'll get 1. 1 is a remainder. Then let me erase it and let me write it clearly so that you won't misunderstand what I'm writing here. Yeah, we'll get remainder is equal to 1. That's how you do it. Hope you understand. The same goes to x plus 1 whole square by x is equal to, we'll get remainder here 1 square. The same goes to x plus 1 whole power cube is by x. X plus 1 power whole cube by x will get remainder 1 power whole cube. If you want me to derive this, let's do it. X square plus 1 square plus 2 into x into 1 by whole x. So x square by x plus 1 square by x plus 2x into 1. 1 will obviously change, right? X cancels, x cancels. Here we get reminded with this. So we get a reminder. At last it will be remaining. So we'll get a reminder as 1 square. Okay, sorry, 1 square, not 1 power n. Or we can say 1 square since our value here is square, right? So yeah. That's how we did it. I hope you understand. The same goes to reminding all the problems. So that's how you do it. The same way, let me say, r is equal to 1 square. The same goes here also. That's how these are important formulas. I hope you understand how we got the values here. Yep, let's dive into the problems so that you can understand much more easily how I did this. Okay. Now, moving on to the problems. There you go. You need to find the remainder of this one. Let me highlight it. This one. 2 power 132 by 9. As you can see, we need to convert this whole value into one of that format. The format which we discussed here, in this format or in this format, so that we can get the remainder easily. I hope you understand. That's what I'm going to do here. So we can write 2 cube, right? 2 cube whole power 44. In that, right? As you can see, 44 into 3 4s are 12, 2 3 4s are 12 plus 13, 132. That's how you get the value 132, right? I wrote it like 2 power 3 power 44 by 9. As you can see, 2 power 3 can also be written as 8 power 44 by 9. And 8 means we can write 8 as 9 minus 1 by 9. Ain't that right? We can write it like that, right? I just wrote 8 as 9 minus 1. Since this value x, oh right, before that let me go back here. As you can see, since we got here plus 1, right? Plus 1, that means x plus 1 by x whole power n is equal to 1 power n. This is the main formula. In case if we got the value minus here, x minus 1 whole power n by x is equal to, we'll get minus 1 whole power n. Okay, these are the important formulas. Please mind them. So that's what I used here. Since there is 9 minus 1, we'll get 8, right? 9 minus 1, we'll get the 8 value. 9 minus 1 by 9 whole power 4. Since we get the value minus 1 whole power 4. Since if we get this value even, then our value, this what? Remainder, right? Our value, remainder will be positive. In case if it gets even, in case if it gets odd, for even it is positive, for odd it is negative, and I will tell you the solution in another sum so that you can understand how to do it. Okay, here we got the remainder plus 1. Plus 1 is our answer. That's how you do it. I hope you understand it. In case if you don't understand, let me explain you here again. I just simply wrote 2 power 132 as 2 cube whole power 44. As you can see, for 344 we'll get the value of 132. That's how I just wrote it here. After that, I just applied 2 power cube. That means we got the value 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 value. And I just wrote 8 as 9 minus 1 whole power 4 by whole power 44. Sorry, 44 whole power 44 by 9. I hope you got it. I hope you understand it. So that's how you got the value minus 1 whole power 44. Since the value is even, we get the value positive. So our remainder is plus 1. I hope you understand it. If we do another sum, you get a gist of it. So yeah, here, there you go. That 3 power 34 by 8. Here also we need to, then just, yeah. Let me erase it and write again. Yeah. We need to find the remainder here. The same thing we are going to do. What we need is, as you can see, we need 3. 3 power 34, right? As you can see, we can even write it as 2 square 3 power 2 power 17. As you can see, 270 is 34, right? I just simply wrote it that way so that we can make it easy to solve the problem. 3 square is 9 by 8 whole power 17. 9 can also be written as 8 plus 1 by 8 whole power 17. So we'll get a value of positive 1 power 17. Since whatever the value, since whatever the power might be, the value inside is positive, so our remainder will be positive. We get the remainder 1. 1 is our answer. That's how you do it. I hope you understand it. Let's moving on to the next question. The same way, all we need to do is just find the remainder. 5 power 132 by 4, 132. That means what we are going to do here, there is no need for you to stress about it, because we can simply write it as 4 plus 1 by 4 whole power 132. So our value will get 1 power 132 and our remainder is 1. That's it. I hope you understand it. Next, moving on to the next sum. Find the remainder of 2 power 33. Okay, 2 power 33 by 9. But we need to get the value of how much? We need to get a value of 9. That means equals to 9. That means I can simply write it as 2 power 3 whole power 11. As you can see, 3 11s are 33. That's the reason why I wrote it like this by 9. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s 8. 8 power 11 by 9. 8 can also be written as 9 minus 1 by 9 whole power 11. Here, there you go. We got minus 1 whole power 11. Since we got an odd value, whatever the remainder we get will be minus 1. But as you all know, remainder can never be minus 1. So what we are going to do, we are just going to use this value and separate this value again. 9 minus 1 we will get 8. 8 is our final remainder. Final remainder, there you go, option C. That's how you do it. I hope you understand it. Now moving on to the next sum, we need to find the remainder of the following. So how we do it? Just simple. 4 power 30 by 15. So we need to get a value closer to this value. So what I'm going to do, 4 power 2 whole power 15. As you can see, 2 15s are 30. So I just wrote it like this so that I can easily solve the equation. So 4 4s are 16. 16 whole power 15 by 15. Sorry, here 15. So 16 can also be written as 15 plus 1 by 15 whole power 15. We'll get the remainder as 1 power 15. So our final remainder is 1. So that's how you do it. I hope you understand it. Now moving on to the next sum. Here we got somewhere about 2 power 133 by 16. Now how we do it? Here, whatever the methods which we used before won't work here. So what we are going to do? Simply, can I write it as 2 power 4 into 2 power 129? Am I not obliged to write it like this? I can write it like this, right? As you can see, a power n into a power n will give rise to a power n plus n, right? This formula. From this formula, I wrote it like this. As you can see, 2 into 2 power. This is m and this is n. These are both are a's. So, in this way, I wrote it like this so that you can understand how it worked. So, yep, in that right. If we were to combine it like this, we'll get a power m plus n. That means 4 plus 129, 133. Okay. Since 2 power 4, these two cancel because 2 power 4, 2 to 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to 16, 16, 16 cancels. We left reminded with 129 by 1. As you all know, we'll easily get a remainder as 0. That is our answer. That's how you do it. I hope you understand it. All right. Let's moving on to the next question. This is also simple one. So 6 power 37 by 7. Now 7 minus 1 by 7 all power 37. I wrote it like this so that I can solve it. And we'll get the value as minus 1 power all power 37. Since it is odd, we'll get negative. But negative minus 1 can't be acceptable as a power. So we are just going to minus it. That means 7 minus 1. We are going to minus 1 from this value. So we'll get the value 6. 6 is our final remainder. So that's how you do it. Now moving on to the next question, the same way, everything goes on the same way. If you understand the logic, okay. Now it can also be written as 8 minus 1 whole power 8, 1 power 1, 121. 8 minus 1 whole power 121 by 8. So we left with minus 1 whole power 121. So we are just going to subtract it. Subtract this value from the 8. 8 minus 1, we'll get the value 7. 7 is our remainder. There you go. That's how you do it. Now moving on to this question. Yeah, we need to find the remainder in this question. So it's going to be tough, but I'm going to explain it so that you can understand how to do it. As we all know, if you were to correctly follow the order that I am teaching the number system, you can get a clue from this question, because as in our previous classes I already told you, for 1 factorial we get the value of 1, 2 factorial we get, sorry, I think we must have written like this, right? Okay, anyway, let's leave it like that. The question somewhat I wrote it in a reverse manner, so don't confuse by looking at the question. What I'm saying is 1 factorial. We need to write it like this. I wrote it in a reverse order, leave it like that. 1 factorial plus 2 factorial plus 3 factorial plus 4 factorial up to how many? Factorial 1, 2, 3, 1 by 10. Here we need to solve this. So if you were to follow previous classes, you might get a clue from this. As you can see, 1 factorial 1, 2 factorial is equal to 2 into 1 will get 2. 3 factorial 3 into 2 into 1 will get 3 to 6, 6. 4 factorial 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, 4 3 is 12, 12 2 is 24. 5 factorial 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 5 4s are 20, 23s are 60, 62s are 120. As from here, as you can see, up to here, that means we didn't get any zero value in units place, but from 5 factorial, we got the zero value in the units place. As we move on in this order, we always get a zero in units place. So the value after 5 factorial, from 5 factorial, everything gets cancelled here. I mean, if we were to separate it entirely, everything gets cancelled, and all we are going to left with 4 factorial by 10. So as you all know, 1 plus 2 plus 6 plus 24 will get the value of 33 by 10. 10 threes and remainder left up with 3. Our final value is 3. That's how you do the sum. I hope you understand it. Now moving on to the next one. It is also easy. There is no need for you to stress about it. Simply what we are going to do, let's divide 10 by 6. How much? 6 ones are 6. We'll get remainder as 4. The same goes to, let's do 10 square. Means 100 by 6. How much? 10 1, 6 1, 6. And we're left with 46. How much? Sorry again. Sorry. I just confused here. 6 ones are 6. We're left with 4. 40. And 6 6 are 36. And we're left 6 6 are 36. We get, we get remainder 4 here. If we move on forward in this order, we'll get remainder 4 only. So what we are going to do? Simply, that means here we get remainder 4. Here we get remainder 4. For every value, we get remainder 4. How many 4s existed here? That means how many 10s existed here? Up to 31, right? So 4 plus 4 plus 4 up to, that means 31 4s are existed here. So we simply 4 into 31 after division. That means 10 power 1 by 6 plus 10 square by 6. These values will get 4, 4 and move on. Here is the final value 4 into 31. So we are going to simply 4 into 31 we get value 124. Since the 124 value is way bigger than the remainder here, we are simply going to 124 divided by 124 divided by 6 again. So 6 2 is 12 and now we are finally left with a remainder 4. 4 is our final remainder and here it is the answer. I hope you understand it, right? It's easy, right? In case, let me explain this again because I think I explained it a bit faster. As you can see, if you were to divide 10 with 6, we always get remainder 4. As you keep on squaring the value 10 and dividing it with the 6, we only get the remainder value as 4 only. So what I did is just I separated it like 10 power 1 power 6 plus 10 power 2 by 6 plus 10 power 3 by 6, so on up to 10 power 31. I divided it like this and I wrote the all 4s together. Since we are going to have up to 31 4s, so 31 into 4. That's how you got this value. And by doing it 124, this value is way bigger than the here this value. So we are just going to 124 divided by 6. We finally got this value. I hope you understand it. I should have written it better. Let me. It's way clumsier. So let me write it so that you can note it down. For your understanding only, I just want to write it clearly so that Yep. There you go. Whoa. So many markings here. Yep. Let me use the pen again. So 10 by 6 will get 4. 100 by 6 will get 4. 1000 by 6 will get 4. So here what I am doing is 10 power 1 by 6 plus 10 square by 6 plus 10 cube by 6 and so on up to 10 power 31 by 6. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus up to 31 fourths. Since they are 31 fourths, 4 into 31 will get value of 124. Way bigger than 6. So 124 divided by 6, 6 2 is 12, 6. Remainder left with 4. 4 is our answer. And there you go. I hope you understand, right? Thank you for watching this class. I hope you understand it. I hope you got it, how to do these sums, right? We'll continue in our next class with some more problems and some more, some more types of remainder theorem problems. And next topic also, we will move on to next topic and we'll learn more about those things. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share if you like it, because I want you to share this content so that it can be reachable to other people who are unable to afford for their education. That means I am not some kind of top master or anything, but I'm trying my best to teach you all with whatever Butler English that I have. So I'm doing my best. So I hope you also do your best by sharing it to others so that they can they can listen to this kind of classes. Okay. I'm not charging you anything. I just want you all to learn it. And at the same time, I also want to learn. That's the reason why I am teaching. It's purely for free, not for charging or anything, charging for money or anything. So thank you for watching. I'll meet you in the next class. Learn, teach, signing.